Hi, welcome to Di's Home and Garden. Now, I'm in my side yard. My yard where I live, I have a front yard which has lots of terraced garden beds. I have a side yard and I have a big backyard. So most of my veggies are in my backyard, and this is my ornamental garden. So I have lots and lots of flowers here. I do have some trees, some fruit trees as well. So I don't know if you can see behind me there. I've got that big tree there is a almond tree. It's lost its leaves because we're going into winter here in Australia. So I live in southwest Sydney. I'm in a temperate climate. In the summer, the maximum temperatures we get have been in the 40s, up to about 40, 44. But with the crazy weather lately, we didn't even hit 40 this year. So we were in the mid 30s, were pretty high for summer that's just gone. And winters, we get down to 0. We have been down to -2, -3. Now you can see I've got a big patch of lawn here. When I first moved in here, there was no gardens. They had just 3 camellias, and they were just like sticks planted in one of the gardens. And I've moved those there on the other side in the shade where they like it. But when we first moved in, because we had no gardens, every winter we would get a frost and this would come out and all this grass would be white. But since I've put all the gardens in, we've got our own little microclimate happening here, and we haven't had frost here for a good 8 or 9 years on the ground. I have not had frost in this part of the garden, though there are frosts in the area, but it just doesn't affect my garden because I've got this lovely microclimate. So in the background there you can see, or you might not be able to see, but I've got a brick wall. It's about 6 foot tall, about 2 meters, and I have ivy growing over it. So it's really made a lovely microclimate in here, and it makes a lovely backdrop. You can also see in the background there that I've got, just in the corner, I've got a apple tree. That's a Granny Smith apple, and right behind me I've got what's called a Bonza apple tree. So that's growing beautiful apples. I did do a very severe prune last winter, so we've just picked recently. I think there's a few left to pick, and we've only had a very small crop, but boy, they were big apples. They were bigger than softballs. So really big apples. And then we've got a lot of ornamentals down there. We've got the swing set, and then we go right down to where my garage is and a parking area, and I've got lots of pots down there that I grow vegetables in. Sorry that I'm squinting. It's an overcast day here, but it's really, the light is really affecting my eyes, so sorry about that. So what I'm going to be doing today in my garden, I'll just turn you around and I'll show you what we've got. So I've got a lovely pergola area here where I grow ferns and shade-loving plants. Down the bottom here, I've got lots of pots. In that one I've got rosemary. I love having it just so I can duck out when I'm cooking, and it's just outside the back door really, and I can just pick some. There's a little bit of lobelia left in there, a nice blue flowering plant. But in the others, in summer, I do grow some vegetables. I grow cucumbers and basil and chives. There he is. There's Zeus getting into the action again. But I've emptied all that out now. In some of them I have planted some flowers. But in winter, I just love to have colour in the garden. So I've just bought some pots of colour. They're $2 each for each plant, which gives an instant effect. And then I've also got some seedlings. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning. I'm just going to be planting all my pots, and you can watch me while I do that. Now, what I'm going to do, because I've just taken out all the plants, I'm going to be topping it up with a mixture of a little bit of cow manure and a little bit of sheep manure. But you can see there's not much room in those pots. They really don't need too much put on top. And I will also put some pelletized chicken manure, but not very much because that's quite strong. So I'll just put a little bit of that on the top of each pot, and then we'll get planting. So there you have it. I have finished potting up what I bought today. So I've topped up my rosemary with some of that sheep manure and cow manure. I've topped that pot up too. That's got a lobelia in it. I'm hoping that that will grow back. That was from last season and I've cut it back and we'll see what happens with that. These are primula and there's a variety of colours in there. There's white and pink. These are ones that I put in last week. That's stock. And these are dianthus. These are, now let me think, portulaca. And I've had them in over summer. They're looking a little worse for wear, but I've just given them a bit of a harsh watering because I put some manure on top of it and I wanted it to go down in between the plants. So that has still been flowering, that's why I've left it, and we'll see how that goes. I may pull that out and replace it with something else. Now in the back there's something called Pentas. I've never grown them before. We'll have to see. Apparently they grow 30 centimetres high, so we'll see how that goes. And then in the front I've got lobelia. I love lobelia. They're just a brilliant blue colour of them, blue purple colour, and I've got the same in all the pots, the Pentas and the lobelia. So just to show you on the tag of the lobelia, that's the colour of the lobelia. I don't know how that shows up on your screen, but it is a really brilliant bluey purple colour. They do come in different shades, but they're all bluey purple. Some are lighter and some are darker. So all the ones that I've got here are the same, but I've got different ones out the front. Anyway, oh, and what else did I do? You might have seen me go down here. Down here I've got chives, got chilies down the bottom. And I've got chives and I've got thyme growing. Up the top I had rosemary, but it died off, so I've just replaced it with some lobelia. So we'll see how they go. They'll spill over and hang down. So thanks for joining me in my garden today. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did, and I'll keep you updated on how they actually grow. So we'll do an update in a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, hope it inspired you, and hope to see you back again next time. Bye. Have a great day.